All right, guys, we've got an interesting video to react to today. Cherry sent me this one and told me that I should watch it on stream because, well, I'll explain why. Cherry knows my opinion on this content creator. Oh, I could not be more thrilled this is becoming like a thing that's being talked about. I'm going to go ahead and drop a link to the video that we're watching right now that we'll be reacting to in the chat. So go drop a like, go drop a sub, and all of that stuff. This is a video from a friend of the show named Jalen, and she's a commentary YouTuber, and she's trans. She recently, like, changed her YouTube channel name and everything, and, like, kind of made it more clear, and, like, if you have a problem with her being trans, then get the fuck out, kinda, which is absolutely Giga Stacy. But she put out a new video, and she's been getting a lot of shit from alt-righters for criticizing right-wingers on her videos and for coming out as trans. So I think there's no better way to basically give back to a fellow, content creator in this space who's always been nice to me. And honestly, she has a larger a larger channel than me, and she's always been nice to me. So, I've always had respect for Jalen. With that said, in this video, she's talking about a content creator named SunnyV2. All right. Now, SunnyV2 is this really popular, like, drama commentary documentary channel. Okay. This guy has probably plagued your recommended in the algorithm, okay? And his videos are like perfect react fodder for streamers that want to kill some time. And there was just something about them that when I'd watch them that just threw me off. They felt so... Well, there was a lot of things that I had a problem with. For one, it was very clear that he had an agenda, a very strong bias whenever he made each video, and was willing to twist anything to basically form a narrative that led to that end goal narrative that he was pushing. And it doesn't even matter if I agreed with the narrative or not. In many cases, I just do. I mean, a lot of the time I would agree with SunnyV2, but many times I wouldn't. But regardless of whether or not I would, it just felt so dishonest the way that he makes his content. And there's a lot of other things that gets into it. Like, he has a tendency to like dig up old drama, that's like really old, just to kind of rehash it for a YouTube video on a content creator. Even if it's years old, it's like, hey, let's really go on a deep dive on this figure. And there is some merit to that, but usually it's clearly done in bad faith. And there's also, like, someone broke down SunnyV2's history, and it's like he's done like a million things in the past trying to blow up. And he's been very clear that he'll do whatever it takes on YouTube to get big and have a large audience and a large, like, viewer base and make a lot of money. And he tried everything until this is what worked for him. And there's just a lot of shamelessness and, like, a lot of stuff about his story and what he does that I don't respect. But everybody seemed to like him. There was so little call-out posts on him on YouTube. So I'm so glad to see that there's actually people criticizing him now. So let's take a look. Yeah, Turkey Tom's videos blow SunnyV2's videos out of the water any fucking day. Easy. Turkey Tom actually does fucking research for those videos, like research.
There are some serious problems with SunnyV2, and it appears that he has become the very thing that he once swore to destroy. What I would say if I were making a SunnyV2 video.
Anyway, today we're going to be talking about some random YouTuber you've never heard of with 40,000 subscribers who did something really quite minor. But since I'm a commentary channel, I've figured out a way to make it seem way worse than it really is by framing it in a way that specifically benefits me.
So this is what I'm talking about by, like, there are clips of SunnyV2 giving away the game in the past and making it clear what his whole deal is.
And skews the reality of the minor situation into something that makes it seem way worse than it really is.
On top of this, all Ninja is doing is alienating his audience and speeding up his demise because, as Sneeko said best,
successful people don't play any side politically because they're too smart to know that.
Yeah, my conservative radar went off with SunnyV2 pretty fast. Absolutely. He credited Sneeko. Absolutely. Sneeko's like an actual, like, well, Sneeko might be too stupid to be a Nazi. I think Sneeko has been fooled into being a Nazi because he's just really stupid and impressionable.
That they just be alienating 50% of their clients.
Now, I like Sunny, okay? I like his content. I think he probably makes some of the best, most well-produced commentary videos, and it's been cool to see his growth over the last...
I disagree. I don't think production quality equals high quality videos, right? Just because the videos are high quality in their production value, editing, video, like recording, everything like that, does not mean that the actual like content of it is good. I personally disagree. I think most of this, I feel like SunnyV2 probably does most of his research from watching other drama videos from back in the day.
Couple years. However, recently some glaring problems have become apparent with his content, and it appears, like many others, that Sunny has fallen victim to chasing the numbers, and rather than focusing on quality, he's clearly focusing on quantity, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. However, Sunny clearly frames his videos as if they are a matter of fact rather than just his own personal opinion. And so when Sunny makes a video saying that
Sunny also loves to just sort of like, his videos are very, like, cancerous, is really the only way to put it, right? It's basically a tabloid cover, right? Like, do tabloids even do this? Could tabloids even get away with photoshopping, like, celebrities to look like as, like, have red eyes and, like, their complexion to look all fucked up? Like, it's literally just tabloid content for people online to point and laugh and hate on a specific person on the internet who they decide is morally inferior to them. Usually for reasons that have nothing to do with morality. Like, these people, like, what did Ninja do? Ninja didn't do anything bad. It's just because they don't like Ninja. And they think that Ninja stands for something annoying and cringe that they don't like. Boogie. Boogie hasn't really done that much bad. They just like to make fun of him, and they're fat phobic. And he's done some cringy stuff. Like, that's all it is. That's really all it is. It's some pretty virginal shit, okay? No one's out there, like, laying down pipe and then going online to bitch about random internet content creators like this.
That someone like Ninja's career has died because they shared their political views and starts speculating on drug use because of some comments shows some clear problems with Sunny's content. Now, sure, Ninja may not pull the same numbers as he did when he first blew up. However, Ninja's career by no means is really dead. And
dude, the internet's so brutal. You can literally pull like 300k views a video, and if you are at 1 point bigger, you are dead. You're fucking dead now. Your channel is dead when you get 10 million views a month and your content is cringe real.
Dead. And even so, I highly doubt the reason that Ninja fell off is because he posted some tweets stating his political views. You know, he made this video on Clubblecop saying that Clubblecop fell off, and the reason as to why Clubblecop fell off, according to SunnyV2, was because he bragged about his wealth. However, there really is no evidence to point to that being the case, and it kind of just seems like that
Bro
that
literally
is
quoted
Sunny's
Sneeko.
own personal opinion, or that is the narrative that he wants to frame things in order to make a more entertaining video. Now, it'd be fine if it were just like one or maybe two videos where this happened. I mean, everyone makes mistakes, right? I myself have published plenty of videos that weren't the best, okay? However, when you're the size of SunnyV2 and have a reputation such as he does, people take your words as fact. And so you have a responsibility to ensure that the information in your videos is accurate, or at the very least not completely misleading. Now, as Sunny's channel has started to pick up, his upload schedule has become more frequent, and it seems as if he's just trying to get these videos out as fast as he possibly can, which is kind of counterintuitive to what his channel used to be. And a few days ago, he published this video on Dream that was just kind of filled with misconceptions, and his points against Dream just really don't make much sense, and they don't really hold up. Like, he starts out this video saying that Dream's face reveal could be considered one of the worst mistakes made by a creator ever.
Dream's face reveal could qualify.
He's playing to his audience. YouTubers know their audience. Successful YouTubers, I should say, know their audience very well. We know exactly what to say to get a certain reaction out of you. Those of us that are dishonest, content creators with large platforms that are dishonest, we can like just kind of like frame things in a certain way and lead you to a certain conclusion. That is what SunnyV2 does. He wants to push a narrative to his audience that already doesn't like Dream, that Dream's channel is dying, that his career is ending, because that's what they want to hear. What happened with Dream recently? Oh, he did a face reveal. Is Dream's channel dying? Well, this is objectively not true, but, you know, if you twist things a little bit, you can make it seem true, and his audience wants that to be the case, so he's telling a story with a narrative that his audience will like, regardless of how close to reality it is. It's very obvious.
As the worst mistake made by a content creator ever.
Which I know this might be an extreme example, but like EDP, you know, meeting up with the...
I agree. I agree with that one, Jalen. I think EDP probably fucked up more. Yeah. That sounds about right.
13-year-old to get a cupcake. I mean, that's obviously one of the worst decisions a YouTuber has ever made. You know, Shane Dawson may or may not have done some things to his cat. Of course, I'm sure you guys know what James Charles did. Point being, Dream's face reveal can in no way be compared to these other things that are obviously way worse decisions, and it's just a horrible way to start the video. And throughout this video, he kind of points out how Dream's face reveal was such a huge mystery. Millions of people wanted to know what this guy looked like, and it was kind of a big part of his brand, so to speak. But honestly, he puts way too much emphasis on how important this was to Dream's brand or his content. I mean, him being faceless or not is not really the reason he got as big as he did. I mean...
By the way, like, looking back to, like, Immortal HD from when I was growing up as, like, a member of the Creatures, he literally blew up not showing his face and just using, like, an Optimus Prime mask to cover his face. And then finally he did a face reveal, and, like, a year later he had 1 million subs. Or something like that. Maybe not 1 million. Like, he like, hit a much bigger milestone not long after that. Like, his channel really took off after he did the face reveal, but he was already big before. Spoon blew up without ever showing his face. I think it really depends on, like, how you play it off and whether or not your content is good enough to warrant blowing up to begin with in the first place.
I'd say arguably he got as big as he did through the Dream SMP, through his Manhunt series, through finding PewDiePie C, and none of that had really...
Dude knows how to do collaboration, and he knows how to play the algorithm. It's as simple as that. He's a social media genius. Call it dream dick riding if you want, but it's true. He is a social media genius. He knows how to work those algorithms. He reached about as much success as one could hope to reach without being PewDiePie or Mr. Beast.
Anything to do with his like face or his docs or anything like that. You know, all that stuff was kind of after Dream had already blown up and gotten as big as he had. And one of Sunny's weaker points here is that because Dream has done a face reveal, he can no longer use the smiley face.
It's such a dumb argument. Listen, it's all just twisting of... It's all meant to be the kind of argumentation that sounds right to people who want it to sound right. A lot of SunnyV2's videos are filled with angel numbers. I'm not sure if you're aware of this term, but like Christians will obsess with sequences of numbers and assume they have some deeper meaning behind them that will lead to some special like meaning or like a reveal of some secret truth or a reveal of the doomsday or apocalypse or whatever. They believe that like numbers will lead to the solution, that like angels, yeah, it's like the whole like 666 thing, right? That's an example of angel numbers, right? Angel numbers is also used as a phrase for people that are like seeing connections and seeing evidence where it doesn't exist, or drawing conclusions from evidence that is tenuous at best. That is what's happening here. SunnyV2's videos, where he tries to draw a conclusion, just filled with angel numbers. He's like, oh, well, this could this really suggests this, like, but he'll argue it so confidently that, like, you wouldn't really even think while watching the video, wait, this is not a good argument.
As his branding, and that it was such a key part of who he was.
Dream also seemed to ignore just how much of the brand itself was based on his hidden image. His song Mask, which has over 30 million views, only exists because he was a faceless creator, while on his merch site almost every piece of clothing still uses the anonymous Dream smiley face. There's something that's charmingly simple, unique, and memorable about the smiley face, which when combined with the classic Dream green, makes for incredibly distinctive branding, as can be observed in the case of his Minecraft skin. However,
what was that argument, by the way? I'm really curious. The green and the white stick figure makes for really distinctive branding, as can be seen on his Minecraft skin. That sentence meant nothing. That was word salad. That just kind of sounds right if you're kind of like high and like not really paying attention and you're just listening for keywords. What does it being on his Minecraft skin have to do with his branding? Like, I mean, I guess it's sort of his branding, but like that's not really it being his Minecraft skin is not evidence the image is good branding. It's really just like word salad meant to appeal to people who I guess just want to hear a narrative they agree with. I hate how his videos are edited like a true crime documentary when it's fucking YouTube drama. Yeah, this is YouTube drama about, not even about Dream, like, supposedly grooming somebody, which I think he might have. I don't even know the story behind it now at this point. It's so confusing. That's not even about, like, from my understanding, the bad shit that Dream did. It's about how Dream fell off and lost, like, the amount of growth he was getting. And I want to make it very clear. SunnyV2 thinks that losing subscribers and losing viewership and falling off as a YouTuber is a moral failing. He treats content creators as though losing prominence and becoming washed up is a moral failing of theirs. That is something they should be criticized for because they have failed as a person in some way. Like, that's how he treats it. I'm not even kidding. It's very clear that's how he views it.
Minecraft skin. However, it now feels as though most of this branding is fairly redundant, as we now know what he looks like, yet at the same time, Dream has made no effort to change his branding to match his real-life image, which would also be a poor strategy as he'd then have to change everything to something completely new.
Which completely ignores the fact that someone like Mr. Beast has shown his face and uses his face in his videos, yet he still sells merch.
It literally makes absolutely zero sense. He would never say this about Mr. Beast, though, because the vast majority of YouTubers dick ride Mr. Beast. If anything, we'll see a video from, you know what? I bet we've seen dick riding videos about Mr. Beast from SunnyV2. Because SunnyV2 does not say anything brave. It's all dick riding of the popular narrative that is likely to be among his audience. Ah, yeah, yep, we've already got, yep, Mr. Beast dick riding. Called it. Multiple Mr. Beast dick riding videos. 3 in a year. So we've got 1 month ago, every Mr. Beast member who got fired and why. I even watched this one. So dick riding Mr. Beast, like attacking the people that have been fired or like absolving him of guilt and all that. Mr. Beast versus Russian Copycat, the ultimate showdown. Mr. Beast's accidental challenge catastrophe, finger on the app too. At least in this one, he was somewhat critical of Mr. Beast, but it was mostly just for the, as you can tell, the... Why does he use the same image of Mr. Beast rubbing the back of his head in both? Notice how it's like this same like weird half-drawn pseudo-painted art style in every thumbnail. You know, that's kind of meant to make the creator in question, at least with this one, it doesn't really make the creator in question look that like unappealing or that like unflattering. But typically it's very clearly meant to be done in such a way that's like meant to make the creator in question look unflattering, right? This one got a lot of flack as well. The dumbest lottery winners of all time. Some of the lottery, like one of the lottery winners in here, like the one that was number 1, like the dumbest lottery winner, literally did not lose his money, donated a bunch of it to charity, and was just objectively a good guy. And SunnyV2 just criticizes him for donating his money to charity and calls him a dumb lottery winner for doing that. And a bunch of people criticized this video for it. It was wild. I don't know. The whole goal of these videos is basically to create a of the thumbnails, sorry, is to create a caricature of a recognizable face, but to sort of over-exaggerate it in such a way that, you know, poisons the well. It's meant to be unflattering, right? This guy just would not genuinely criticize Mr. Beast for this anything to the same level because SunnyV2 just rides the line. That's it. It just, the popular narrative shows it to his audience.
With his Beast branding, and most people still recognize the Mr. Beast logo as Mr. Beast. So I highly doubt that Dream doing a face reveal is going to somehow affect his branding whatsoever. And then he goes on to claim that Dream's motive for face revealing was to, like, clickbait himself and get extra views because his channel was on the decline.
His face reveal was uploaded at the worst time imaginable. Major changes to a channel are always best executed when things are on the up and up.
By the way, if Dream's channel is dying, or it does die, it'll be because Minecraft is falling off right now. It's true, but like, Dream blew up with Minecraft's resurgence. It's hard to say which caused which. They could have just fed into each other. But Minecraft is dying again. It is. People are getting bored of it. Mojang is really mishandling the game, and it's going back into another dark age that I hope it can return from. But that's going to mean that content creators that have made their big stance on Minecraft, their big stand on Minecraft, are not going to be doing that anymore in a while if things don't change. If Minecraft doesn't have some more life breathed into it. And it doesn't seem like that's happening anytime soon.
Because if you change things during a slump in your channel, it looks like you're acting out of desperation, and it certainly felt like this in the case of Dream. His channel had fallen from gaining 100 million views per month to around 20 million views per month, and to
oh no, 20 million gained views a month. How will he survive?
randomly upload a face reveal.
That is a pretty significant drop, but to be clear, Dream was at one point the largest growing channel on YouTube. It is impossible for any channel to maintain any significant amount of growth. There are always ups and downs of any YouTube channel's growth. Look at PewDiePie. PewDiePie had damn near stagnated before the subscribe to PewDiePie push, and now he's in a more of a stagnated state. That doesn't mean he's dead. People, the internet and particularly YouTube is fucking ruthless against creators they perceive as having fallen off. Like, you are compared to your best moment. And if at any point you reach a significant amount of low from your best moment, they will criticize you for it. It's wild. Like, literally, I'll have 1 month that's not as good as, like, my best month, or that's, like, not as good as the previous month, and I'll get Nazis commenting, like, hey, dude, channel, looks like you're on your way out, you fucking... Followed up by a bunch of slurs. But, you know, it is what it is.
After having your lowest monthly viewership in over 2.5 years wasn't exactly the best look.
Which really makes no sense. I mean, this is Dream. This is one of the biggest Minecraft YouTubers out there, and he showcases himself in this video that the reason that Dream did his face reveal is because so many people were digging through his personal information to try and figure out what he looked like, framing innocent people as him, and he wanted to be able to make content with his friends. Now, sure, Dream's career might be on a slight decline. However, he's just coming off one of the biggest blow-ups in YouTube history.
That's true, and he's also he just came off of a really bad drama that made him look pretty bad too. So it's probably going to take him a bit to recover from that as well. And Minecraft is dipping. Hopefully Jalen mentions that. I assume she knows, but like, yeah, Minecraft's also... We're going back into another Minecraft Dark Age.
Of course he's not going to remain on that level forever. And there really hasn't been enough time since his face reveal to really see how this affects his career in the long run. This could actually be one of the best decisions that Dream has ever made. Maybe by him doing a face reveal, he's able...
If Dream is as smart as I think he is, and he has gotten as big as he has, then it will not be the end of his channel, and it will be a smart decision. I think the future... The smartest future for Dream and his friends is for them to all move in together and to do like daily vlogs on like a separate channel. Like unironically a content creator house, living together as roommates and making content together is like the best path forward for Dream. If he got his like Bad Boy Halo, Sapnap, George Not Found, Tommy in It, all those clout Minecraft creators living in a house together as roommates, all making their own content vlogs, their own videos together, and like vlogs about their content house, that would be the future of their content post face reveal, and it would blow up.
Able to produce better, higher quality content, and he has another blow up on YouTube. Honestly, we don't really know, but this video by Sunny just comes off as redundant, and it honestly seems like he just wanted to capitalize on Dream's face reveal and use that to form an interesting narrative for a video and get a lot of views, but this narrative is just...
Also, I'm mesmerized by this RGB mic. I didn't know these existed, and I'm absolutely infuriated that I don't have one. Like, how did I not know they literally made RGB lit microphones?
Simply not true, and this video is probably the worst video that SunnyV2 has ever made. It's just a horrible video all around. It almost seems like he, for some reason, has like a personal vendetta against Dream, and not really something that's typical for
I thought it was a sticker at first.
Now, while I do have my issues with some of SunnyV2's content, I do hope that he takes some of this criticism and improves his content, because like I said, guy makes some truly amazing stuff. However, recently, a lot of his videos have just been...
I think it's pretty clear. I've watched a few other videos, like, in my own time that break down SunnyV2's stuff, and he's a very obvious grifter. Like very clearly a grifter. I don't know if he's a bad person, but his moral philosophy and his politics are definitely fucked, and he's also kind of a cunt who's doing this for money. So, like, I'll let you do with that what you will.
Missing the mark, and I think the video he published on Dream was a very good example of that. What do you guys think here? Again, this isn't a video to like cancel SunnyV2. That's not at all what I'm trying to do. That's not the purpose of this video. It's really just to point out some flaws that I've seen and other people have seen with Sunny's content recently. Anyway, these are just
I agree with it. I like this video a lot. I wonder if me complaining about SunnyV2 had any part to play in Jalen making this video. Maybe I'm putting too much credit to myself, but I feel like I've complained about SunnyV2 a few times on stream and been like, I really want to make a video, but I've just been putting it off. Maybe she heard that and was like, I'm gonna do it before he does. That'd be smart if she did. Yeah, the Xanspiracy. Anyway, that was a really good video. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link again into chat because you guys should really go send some support. Go like the video. Go subscribe. Go drop a ringy-dingy bell icon, all that stuff. Go send support and comment as well. Comment Zangang. Zangang. Yeah, comment that. Zangang. That will signal our positive vibes heading Jalen's way. Really good video. I'm really glad that somebody with a larger platform than me finally made a video talking about these pet peeves with SunnyV2's content, because he's just so popular and nobody really calls him out. I'm glad that people are finally starting to do so, because it's like nobody that big is nobody that big doing content that often of like that's presented that well researched is typically able to accomplish that, right? Like Thoughty2. Oh fucking hell, Thoughty2 is another good example. All right, hold on. Let me show you guys something. So Thoughty2's a really big channel. Well, I hovered over one of his videos and immediately saw Elon Musk. So, this is Thoughty2. Pretty big channel, 5 million subscribers, Elon Musk, dick rider, and definitely a conservative. But most of his content is like the peak of YouTube clickbait. How Hitler destroyed Europe so easily. At least this one doesn't like, at least he doesn't seem to like Hitler. This one probably glorifies Hitler, though, with the whole, like, super, like, mega super Nazi narrative. Like, the Nazis had, like, were, like, a super army. They were, it's a complicated discussion, but yeah. This channel, like, primarily focuses on pretty apolitical content now. Why the strange machine changed the fair amount of Hitler content. Okay. So most of his content now, for the most part, pretty innocuous, pretty harmless, but if you search certain keywords or you look back on his channel a certain distance back, here, let's get a recently uploaded and scroll back to a few years ago. Man, he is obsessed with Hitler. Holy shit. Why did Hitler's right-hand man make a secret trip to Britain? How the Nazis lost the war because of a single corpse. That video will not get the fuck out of my recommended. Pretty fine. This is pretty fine. We're gonna hit a point where it starts to get sussy, guys. Pretty fine. Man, this guy really pumps out the content. Pretty fine. Pretty fine. He presents himself as a, a pretty reliable source of information on science and stuff like that. But if you go back to a certain point, there's a really big change in his content. They lied to you. Punishment is better than reward. Why? Giving to charity is selfish. This is why. This is how a stalker's brain works, and it's really disturbing. We watched this one on stream, I think. The bizarre diet that causes the royals to live so long. So he did some clickbait stuff for a little while. Just some, you're seeing a few spots of things here that are a little iffy, but just mostly harmless clickbait, some horror clickbait stuff. Now we're getting into the weirder stuff. How powerful old painting changed the world is fine. How the news lies to you every day, yet you never notice. The insidious toxic masculinity myth is damaging humanity. The fascinating and disturbing truth about medieval punishment. College isn't needed. Why university is the biggest regret of people's lifetimes. The truth why everyone is suddenly getting offended. Let's keep going. Why modern music is so awful. With Katy Perry and Miley Cyrus. What else we got? Is the world more dangerous than ever? Objectively untrue. Well, very interesting thumbnail, bro. How police are predicting when crimes will happen. Dude! So I think you're starting to see, like, how much of a fucking clown this channel is. And yet nowadays, you scroll to we can go even further back. He literally did a video on Gillette hating men. He might have deleted it because it was really embarrassing. People dunked on it a lot. So this guy for a really long time basically did, like, he's always been a clickbait channel. His videos are just clickbait, and then he does right-wing political propaganda occasionally. Look at this shit. Bro, 9 crazy crazes. Dude, this video, this channel, we scroll to modern day, 5 million views. This channel is well-respected. This channel is genuinely well-respected. Let's look at his most recent video.
Hey, 42 here. On the 1st of May 1960, a Soviet S-17...
If some average person clicked on one of these videos, there is no shot they wouldn't take everything these videos say at face value. Look at, like, how well produced they are. That's the goal. You don't think about the truthfulness of these videos because they're so well produced. It is the same deal with SunnyV2. Ironically enough, Thoughty2, SunnyV2, huh. Interesting. I wonder if there's a connection there. I really don't know. That's just strange. Just noticed that. Anyway, just take a look at this for a minute and see how it compares to the average SunnyV2 video.
25 Davina surface-to-air missile smashed into an American U-2 spy plane somewhere over the region of Sverdlovsk. Not wanting to lose face either in front of the press or the Soviets, the US government concocted a cover mugs for planting such a public lie, and the Soviets, furious that the Americans were spying on them right before the peace talks, the summit was cancelled, and the Cold War continued unabated for the next 30 years.
So I don't know how accurate this is or how good the truth telling of these videos are, how well researched they are, but like judging on the fact that this guy is just a clickbait, shameless channel that has been doing this since the beginning, and at one point was just doing shameless right-wing propaganda videos, but is now looked at as like a reputable, like, educational channel, like edutainment channel. Really upsetting. It's this kind of stuff that I want to, like, bring more awareness to, because God, people really feel safe getting their opinions and their knowledge about stuff from these goddamn clickbait, absolute fraud YouTubers. It really is pathetic. Anyway, I want to hear what you guys think. Have you had this same pet peeve? Have you seen these same content creators or content creators like them that just kind of give you a bad feeling about how they clickbait and monetize these topics that they don't really seem to have a... They're just doing it for money, and it's really clearly just they're grifters, right? And it just feels soulless after a certain point. A lot of those channels out there, especially in the true crime community from what I've seen. Anyway, with all that said, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe and ring the bell icon to turn on all notifications so YouTube tells you when I go live or upload a new video. Follow my social medias, all linked down below in the description if you want to see my uploads and my other activity on platforms that aren't the one you're watching on now. And of course, if you've got some money for it and you don't need it for anything else and you don't know what to do with it, you can always support me financially to help me save up for my move to Seattle by donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, Xanderhal.com/live, by hitting those buttons up there. Or you can support me on YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, or Patreon. With all that said, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.